Actors, directors, and people in the entertainment industry, I have a question for you. And remember, every question has an answer, but sometimes you have to dig for it. What one thing would change in your life for the better if you 100% immersed yourself into it? Now, your second question, yes, there is one. What many things are cropping up around you that one thing is being choked out, competing for your attention? There is an answer to both of them. I know there is. Are you ignoring it? Then you're ignoring your life. You're ignoring your dreams, and that ain't good. Let's examine these questions closer, shall we? But before we examine these two questions, which have answers individually for every single person on the planet, including you and me, let's examine some words first. We're going to pick our brains, okay? Mine too, actually, because I'm just like you. People are actors too. So we're going to think about some words. I'm going to put some words out there and see if they stick. Two words come to mind: wants and needs. Now, wants are actually desires of our heart, which are many. David, I want to become a great actor and get paid. David, I want a house on the beach in California. I want a brownstone in New York City. I want, me, my, so I can share it with other people. I want to have my name on the marquee. I want to be on Broadway. They're beautiful. I'm telling you, desires are absolutely beautiful. And they are, because they express what's inside of us. However, they are wants, until they become musts. Now, musts are needs, and really there's only a few things that we need to survive in life. Number one, clothing, unless you want to get arrested. Oxygen, well, that's a story in itself. Food, shelter, water. There's really not a whole lot that we need. When our wants become needs, that can be a good thing and a bad thing, because needs are something that is necessary for our survival. If we feel that we must have and we need attention, we'll do anything to achieve it. If we believe or we feel that we need to be on the big screen, on the stage, then that is our pursuit. That is what we're going to focus on. So there are healthy needs and there are unhealthy needs. The way to figure this out, basically, is to step back and ask yourself, what must I have and why? The word why cannot be overemphasized. It tells us what's in our hearts. Why do we want this? Oh, David, because I want to become famous. No, you don't. You want attention. And that's okay if you want attention, because you want to feel significant. David, I want to be loved and appreciated. I appreciate what you're saying. Love is basically everything in the world, because God is love and God created us and everything in it. To what extent will you go to receive it? Is it your one thing? Is it your one desire? Because in the end, you are going to have consequences by what you are going for. So you have to make sure your why is strong enough to carry it out, or how to get it, the strategy that you're going to use to get it. So my question to you is, what is your want and what is your need? What is your desire of your heart? What must you have in your acting career and your life? Because there are 5 areas of our lives, or what I like to call them is arenas: spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, and financially. So let's go back to the 2 questions that originally I introduced to you today. What one thing would change your life for the better if you immersed yourself 100% into it? Have you ever immersed yourself 100% into something and then you got the results that you wanted? It's amazing. How does that happen? Because expectation happens with focus. We don't get what we expect. We get what we focus on. So what are you focusing on? The one thing today, in this moment. Are you focusing on memorizing that monologue that is so tough? Are you working on your body? Are you working on your relationship with God or your spouse or your significant other or your children? Wherever you go, there you are. There's a saying, a quote from Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. And it's true, isn't it? If you don't have a destination, you're sure to get there every time. So what's your destination? What's the one thing in acting, in your acting career, that you're going for? Not multiple things, one thing. You say, David, I have so many things on my plate all the time, I don't even know where to start. Start with the one thing. If you want to know the many things, which actually is question number 2, if you want to know the many things that are keeping you away from the one thing, I'm going to give you this answer right now and the solution. But before I give you the answer to the question and the solution, let me tell you something right now. The world is filled with TMI, too much information. And yet within that information, that TMI, there are gold nuggets. But we end up just passing them by. You know why? Because we're too fast. Everything is going fast, 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 isn't it? On the internet, basically.
Now, if I only get enough information together, and there's that video, and there's that article, and Facebook, Instagram, that's funny.
The internet is constantly TMI, TMI, TMI. But it's also NEA, not enough action. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Well, David, I have to take care of all the distractions that are distracting me from my one thing. That is a conundrum. Think about what you just said, the words I just put in your mouth. You are paying too much attention to distractions that don't add up to your one thing. Now, I'll give you an example, okay? Say that you're reading an article. Say that you're reading something very, very interesting and very helpful for your acting career, all right? I have one right here. You see this? The Actor and the Text by Cicely Berry. It's an excellent, I bought it in New York City at a bookstore. Fantastic bookstore. Now I'm going to open this book, and I want you to bear with me here, okay? Don't TMI me, just listen close. I'm going to pick out one page, and I'm going to read this to you. Word games and patterns. I will take this in 2 parts. First, puns, double meanings, transference of meanings, and secondly, word patterns, to which we have always to have to be on the alert. Sometimes they are obvious and sometimes they are not. Now, if you read that, listen close, I know what I'm talking about. If you read something like that on the internet, would you read it aloud? No, chances are good you wouldn't read it aloud. You would scan it like this, right? You would scan it. How much would you get out of it? How much would you retain from what you just did? Not a lot, maybe 10%, if that. You wouldn't understand it, and you would move to the next article, the next video, and basically you're perusing. That's all you're doing. In acting, you cannot peruse your life. You have to slow down. Slow down. Now, the amazing thing about these rectangular objects called books is that when you read them, different than on screen. And I'm not sure why, but I know this much. When you read them, you need to slow down. It's a natural occurrence for you to slow down in a book. If you want to retain and focus on your one thing without distractions, I don't know, maybe it's because there's so much information and so many windows to open and close and so many Googles and so many this and so many that and so many offers and so many advertisements and so many distractions on the screen of the computer. And then with a book, you're just holding it and you're turning the pages, which takes time. And you're reading something. Your brain has a chance to catch up, to attain, and to say, let me read this again. Above here, do you see any windows opened? No, it's not digital. It's made of paper. Amazing. And then you get to absorb it and take your time. I've said this again and again and again and again. The power of reflection cannot be overestimated because it allows you to objectively step back like a director. What do you think directors direct? They see the action of the actor and then they step back. And then they have you do another take or something. Or they say, let's go on to the next one. Why? Because they are objective. They step back. I've noticed that when I have spoken to different directors in my time. They have the ability to slow down. That's an amazing feat nowadays. Slow down. Because it's their job to slow down. As an actor, it's your job to slow down and focus on your one thing and avoid and forget all the distractions around you, to push them aside. An example. Number 1. Say, for example, you are going out for an audition for an independent film. And you need to understand this character. You need to understand the depths of his or her complexities and their emotions and everything that we are made up of. And this character happens to be very insecure. So you would take the actual script in your hand, avoiding all distractions and pushing them out of the way. I'm teaching you how to focus here. And you would study. You would study that script, and you would read it, and you would actually mark in it. So you're actually focusing on one thing. That's what the question was, remember? You're focusing on the one thing, and you're underlining, and you're doing quiet work. This, that's not quiet work. That's insanity, okay? To open up 5 or 6 or 10 windows at a time and checking this social media and doing this and doing that and trying to study, it doesn't work. Your brain does not work that way. No, your brain does not work that way, okay? Multitasking has been proven to be very dangerous to your brain, dangerous to your sense of focus. You can't do it. You can do it to the detriment of your mental and physical health, of course. You can lose your sensitivity as an actor. You don't want to lose your sensitivity as an actor because distractions are all around you. You've got to say, take a hike, get the hell out of here, move away. I am focusing on this one thing. And basically, that's how you do it. Let's take a look at those questions again and see if they make any sense to you, okay? What one thing would change your life for the better if you have 100% immersion into it? You know what it is. I don't know what it is. You can share in the comments. To be a great actor, let's narrow the field, shall we? To be on Broadway because you're a dancer and a singer as well? Okay, now we're narrowing the field. What many things, this is number 2, what many things are cropping up all around you? That one thing that you are trying to do is being choked out because there's too much competition. Guess who creates your competition? You. And me. We create our own competition by focusing on too many things at too many times, and we got confused and everything else and get frustrated and oh, it didn't work. No, you are focusing on too many things. You have to hold yourself accountable. Yeah, I know, it's not a pretty picture to hold yourself accountable unless you have the freedom of discipline. I'm hitting you with a wet noodle. But I want you to do well. I want you to be a great actor. I want you to get paid. I want you to fulfill your dreams and follow that one thing that is paramount and that has the most effect on your destiny, on your journey, this thing called life. The bigger the choice in life and in your acting career, the easier it is to see. Think about that just for a minute. A skyscraper in New York City, you can't miss it. It's big, okay? And if you decide to look at it, it's there, obviously. Duh. So you have to make better choices, bigger choices, and more significant choices for your one thing. And the bigger your why you're focusing on the one thing and pushing everything and everyone aside, elegantly but efficiently, you're going to go for that one thing and you're going to attain it a lot quicker with more quality, and you're going to learn and grow a lot more. So, my question to you is this. What is your one thing? What is your one big thing in those little things, okay, that you can push out of the way? You've got to do this every single day. If you want to become a great actor, if you want to become a great actress, a great dancer, a great singer, a great speaker, which I have taught and continue to teach these kind of people. And if you need a coach, I'm here, 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co. My mother used to remind me of this every day. Jack of all trades, master of none. What does that mean? Think about it. Slow down, reflect, and focus on this one thing I'm telling you right now. Jack of all trades. In other words, you can do this, this, and the other thing, and you can do this pretty well, and you can do this all right, and this is pretty good, darn good. I got a lot of skill in here and there and this. But you're not mastering anything. You're just dabbling. I've said this before in a video. You're just dabbling. Dabbling is dangerous. It really is. Don't dabble. Be a master at something. If you need my help, my name is David Thompson. I'm all excited now. 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co, 𝐷avidThompsonCoaching.co. Check me out. Subscribe, like, and share. I really appreciate this. And I hope you got something out of it. If you did, leave a comment, okay? All right, now get out there and focus on that one thing.